Recently, we all have heard about the Odisha train tragedy where three trains collided in Balasore, which resulted in 275 deaths and 1,200 people injured. It's just devastating, and I can't imagine what the victims and their families went through and are going through. This is so terrible on so many levels that people are calling it the worst accident in 2 decades. There seems to be ambiguity about what actually happened, what was supposed to happen, whose fault is it, people or technology, and is there an inherent flaw in our railway system? But we see a lot of subjective criticisms, pointing fingers, and people turning this into a political debate. But in this video, we will unpack all these important questions with facts and find the truth. Okay, so let's understand the mechanics of the train system. There are two mainline tracks, namely the up main line and the down main line, where trains move in different directions. Then along the side there are something called the loop tracks. It is like a train parking space which allows trains to park for other trains to pass through. In this incident, the Shalimar Chennai Coromandel Express was travelling on the up main line and there was a goods train with iron ore on the up loop track. At the same time, Yeshwantpur Howrah Express was passing on the down main line. Both these trains were not supposed to stop at a station, therefore the freight trains were parked at the loop tracks. The train driver, also called the locomotive pilot, controls the speed of the train based on the signals he receives from the electronic system that operates the shifting of tracks. So for instance, the green light shows the train can continue at its usual speed along the main line. The yellow signals the driver to slow down and enter the loop line, while the red signals stop. But in this case, the driver of the Coromandel Express was given the green light. Despite that, the track got shifted to the loop track. This caused the train traveling at 128 km per hour speed derail into the loop track and ram into the goods train. The coaches of the train got detached and collided with the last three coaches of the Howrah Express that was going in the down main line. Witnesses say some of these coaches even went up in the air. It's so unfortunate that these many people had to suffer with a mistake like this. But whose mistake is it? Well, the fact is it's actually hard to say for now. As you can see from the initial findings, the driver cannot be blamed as he had no control over the tracks. There is little to no fault on the part of the railway minister who approved a system like this that does a million tasks like this daily with no errors. But things turn fishy when you get into the details. This system, called the interlocking system, is supposed to be error-proof. So even if the initial system failed or some error happened, the signal should become red for the pilot to just stop the train from entering the loop track. But that didn't happen. So how can a foolproof system fail twice at the same time? You'll be amazed to find that an official actually raised some serious concerns about the signaling system in February itself. This is why many wonder if there is a criminal motive or a negligence on the part of people in this case. So instead of just firing or punishing a scapegoat, investigations have to happen to find the real cause. Now let's look at the broader picture. There has been many accidents like this in the past, although not with the same causes. There may have been errors that never came to light because they didn't result in accidents. So is there an innate error within our railway system? For people who say that the government is not allocating the budget for development, here are the numbers. From 2017 to 2022, rupees 20,000 crore was allocated yearly for improving security reasons. The government paid its due of rupees 15,000 crores, but the railway department, which should spend rupees 5,000 crores yearly, did not. On top of that, 2,300 crores of the fund were spent on non-safety measures. So money is not the primary problem, guys. I mean, it is, but not the primary one. But implementation is. The lack of safety systems and the use of technology to ensure it. So here's an example. The famous Kavach system that can stop collisions by reducing the speed to 30 km per hour quickly, it was installed in trains that travel only by important cities and only in 2% of the trains. India's railway network is 68,000 km long, but this system is only installed in 1,445 kilometers. The sad thing is that this Odisha incident could not have been stopped even if the system had been installed, because the problem is with the tracks and not the trains. Also in the past, 1,127 derailments occurred due to lack of track maintenance. Problems with tracks are the leading cause for these delays. On the site, there has been a lot of money spent on secondary services like Wi-Fi, catering and other amenities. There is a lot of attention and money spent on the Vande Bharat trains. But What about the existing trains that thousands of common people use every day? They are crowded, tickets are hard to book, cleanliness is incomparable, they are delayed often. As much as new trains are important, improving the existing ones and ensuring security with it is much more necessary. So guys, as you can see, the problem is not one but many. I get that great improvements have already been made to reduce many potential accidents. Nevertheless, the railway department needs to look at the areas that actually need change and actively work towards fixing and improving them. I hope that this tragedy gets enough attention and creates urgency in the government's mind to improve safety, and that this doesn't get turned into some political nonsense or just get sidelined as days go by. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.